I thought I would never see her again, not after the way things ended, not after the silence, but at 11:47 p.m. on the night before her wedding, someone knocked on my door. When I opened it, she was standing there, dress wrinkled, eyes red, hands shaking. She was crying, and before she said a single word, I knew. Whatever she came to tell me was going to change everything. Before this story goes any further, take a moment to subscribe, because stories like this aren't just entertainment, they're about the moments that redefine a life. Her name was Lauren. We were together for almost 5 years. It wasn't a flashy relationship, not dramatic. It was the kind that feels safe. Sunday grocery trips, inside jokes that no one else understood, plans that quietly assumed a future together. We talked about marriage, not seriously, not with rings, but with that unspoken confidence that it would happen someday. Until one day, it didn't. She said she felt stuck, that she loved me, but wasn't sure she was in love anymore. There was no screaming match, no big fight, just tears, and an ending that neither of us wanted to admit was final. After the breakup, I rebuilt my life slowly. New routines, new apartment, a new kind of silence. I unfollowed her everywhere. I didn't ask our mutual friends for updates. I knew seeing her move on, seeing her happy with someone else, would destroy me. So I didn't look, until the invitation arrived in the mail. Her wedding. I didn't open it. But I didn't throw it away either. I just left it on the counter, like a quiet reminder of a life I almost had. That night, I wasn't expecting anyone. The city was quiet outside. The lights were dim. Rain was tapping lightly against the windows. Then, 3 knocks. They weren't loud, not confident. They were hesitant. I opened the door, and there she was. Lauren. She looked smaller somehow, fragile, like she was holding herself together with willpower alone. "I'm sorry," she said immediately. "I didn't know where else to go. I should have closed the door, told her it was late, that this was a bad idea, but I didn't." She stepped inside and stood in my living room like a stranger in a familiar place. "I'm getting married tomorrow," she whispered, as if saying it any louder would make it too real. I just nodded. I didn't know what to say. Then she started crying again, her shoulders shaking. "I can't do this," she said. "I can't walk down that aisle pretending I'm sure." We sat on opposite ends of the couch. There was this huge space between us where years of memories used to exist. She told me everything. How the relationship she was in now looked perfect from the outside. How everyone approved of her fiancé. How it felt like the right choice, the smart choice. "But every time things got quiet," she said, looking at the floor, "I thought about you. Not because she wanted to come back," she explained. "Not because she wanted me to save her, but because with me, she never had to pretend. She could just be herself, doubts and all." "I don't want you to tell me what to do," she said, finally looking at me. "I just needed to say this out loud. To you." That hurt more than anger ever could, because it meant she wasn't choosing me over him. She was choosing honesty over a lie, and I was just the last place she felt safe enough to be real. We sat there for a long time after that. No touching, no dramatic movie-style moment. Just 2 people realizing that timing had finally, completely defeated them. She asked me a question then, a simple one that felt incredibly heavy. "If you were in my place, what would you do?" I took a breath. I thought about her, about the man she was supposed to marry, about the life she had built. Then I thought about myself, and the quiet pain I'd lived with. "I would choose the life where I don't have to explain my doubts to myself every morning," I said. She nodded slowly, not relieved, not happy, just understood. She stood up slowly, like she was moving through water. "I think I know what I have to do," she said. At the door, she turned back one last time. "I'm sorry I came," she added, "but I'm glad I did." I watched her walk away into the rain, and for the first time in years, thinking about her brought me peace instead of pain. The next morning, my phone buzzed. It was a message from her. It just said, Thank you for being honest. I called off the wedding. I stared at the screen for a long time, not because I expected her to say anything more, not because I thought this was our second chance, but because I finally understood something important. She didn't come to my door that night to restart our love story. She came because the love we once had taught her the importance of truth. And sometimes the most powerful role you play in someone's life is not the person they choose to be with, but the person who helps them choose honestly for themselves. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because real stories don't always end with together forever. Sometimes they end with clarity. Thanks for listening.